But let's talk about all of the stuff that has happened at Star Wars Celebration so far. It's only Friday. We still
Yeah.
have the
Saturday
Bad
and
Batch
Sunday.
panel and the final end of showcase thing, and then
And
Tales of the Jedi and Mando Plus Day, a Mando Plus
I would
conversation
say
tomorrow.
Amanda Plus.
So we still have a lot of stuff, but I think the big stuff was announced yesterday. So where do you
Yes.
want to start?
Um, do you want to kill two birds with one stone? Get Andor out of the way right now,
No, we'll
or
wait on
save it for
that.
the end? Okay.
Wait on that.
Skeleton Crew.
So John Watts is going to direct, correct, and be an executive
Direct.
producer.
Yes, he's
I
gonna
can pull
direct
up
and
the
produce.
announcement. Going to be an executive producer alongside John and Dave.
And I do believe, by the way, this also got confirmed to be Grammar Rodeo. So
Oh, yes, it is. Will be in Jude Law, Judd
yes,
Law.
Jude Law will be starring Jude Law. It will be around, I think, four kids in the Star Wars universe who get lost, and
Yes.
the way
Here's the
that
announcement. It's an original series starring Jude Law from executive producers John Watts, Christopher Ford, Favreau, and Dave Filoni. It's gonna be streaming next year. So
yes,
obviously
so
this is the show that they were talking about.
Grammar
We've been talking
Rodeo,
about for a couple of months now, Grammar Rodeo.
and
And this is obviously the reason John Watts left the Fantastic Four project.
yeah, it's also again very important to remember also that this show, one of the other descriptions that was given for it, it's a kids centered show, not for kids.
Correct.
It's been told that it's got the Clone Wars aesthetic to it with how dirty it gets. Now, what does that mean entirely? Well, in Clone Wars, we had a whole on screen, like there was no cutoff. We saw a guy jump off of a building and land on the ground.
Correct.
So
Yes.
we
So
saw a lot of beheadings also.
Dave says is it's a show that stars kids, but it's as much as for kids as the Clone Wars. So that obviously tells us that uh, this show's gonna have moments where it's dark, right?
I'm expecting Moon Knight levels of dark.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I mean like stuff where it's like, oh wow, that's dark, but then it's gonna be like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name's Steven with like stuff like that. It's gonna be like, oh, there's gonna be the oh shit moments. Just kind of like again when we see Ahsoka, a 15-year-old decapitate four people.
Right.
So I mean, again, what does that mean with the Clone Wars kind of feel? It could be the D Squad arc. It could be
Oh, no, no,
Ahsoka
no, no,
beheading four people.
no, no, no.
Um, so take that as you will. Um, I'm excited. I believe this is going to fall in the Mandoverse also.
It is. So that's my thing. So it stars. So I assume these kids gotta be force sensitives, right?
No, I hope not. I hope one of them is an alien and they're the main character. Get an alien main character because we haven't got that as far as I'm aware. Oh, until Ahsoka. But that
True.
girl's she's humanoid. Which also, on the brief vein of Ahsoka, briefly, because it's
Correct.
related, it's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected to the celebration, right?
We're in the Mandoverse. The new look of Ahsoka for the Ahsoka TV series also came out, and
Felt
Jesus
much
Christ,
more Clone Wars and Rebels.
I've never, ever seen the most idiotic comments on Twitter with the most hypocrisy filled behind them. They were complaining it's too late to change it. That just creates continuity errors.
She's appeared what, twice?
Literally twice. Like, what do you mean it creates continuity errors? It's the design of of a Montrol.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I wouldn't even listen. I wouldn't even have cared if they didn't change it.
Literally, I didn't care. It's like, yes, did it look weird that her montrals had wrinkles in them because they were foam? Sure. But like, I mean, did it take me out of the story where I was like, that's not Ahsoka?
Is it a little
No.
weird that like Ahsoka's modules have shrunk back to where they were in the Clone Wars years later? Sure, whatever. But like no. I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
about that anytime she was on screen. I was thinking
no.
about the moments, the interactions
Yes.
she was having. So yeah, and it's very exciting. They're working on that right now. That will also be released in 2023.
I
But back
thought
to this.
look, hold on. I thought 2022 was going to be stacked for Star Wars. 2023 is going to be stacked for Star Wars.
Absolutely. But back to Skeleton Crew. So that show is going to be filming here soon. I was under the alias Scramble Rodeo, but now it's Skeleton Crew. I assume. Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't want it to be Force sensitives, but I really think it's going to be.
I unfortunately agree. I think they're going to join the Mando crew, and they're going to be the Force sensitives of the group alongside Grogu.
Follow up Luke. It
Unfortunately,
makes
yes.
too much sense. No, this is the perfect show to have Luke. This is actually the
No.
perfect show to have Luke. Because one thing I will say about Skeleton Crew, while I am excited, it's pretty low on my list of excitement.
Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. How are we going to have low list of excitement for the show? It just got revealed.
Right, but like I understand it's gonna be, it's gonna have kid actors, and kid actors are hit or miss. To be fair, but they're kids. I don't. I'm. They're kid actors. They're kids. I don't really care. Um, and it's gonna have a hard time. I feel like getting a big. I mean, it'll get an audience because it's Star Wars, but it's gonna have a hard time generating the audience that Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, or Kenobi would.
Hey, Stranger Things in Star Wars. That's one of the descriptions I got. So I'm gonna be confident.
I'm confident. Listen, I love John Watts. I think John Watts is perfect. Obviously, with Tom Holland in the MCU, another young superhero type character. Yeah, I'm really excited. Next year, we're gonna get it. I'm really curious. A lot of Mandoverse stuff next year. We're really gonna see how that
Yes.
universe is playing out.
What we
Um,
got?
it,
We got Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, and The Mandalorian season 3.
and I love the name Skeleton Crew. What a name for a
Very.
show.
I have to say also on the vein of The Mandalorian, very weird that they released a teaser trailer at Celebration, but it's not coming out this year in December. Because if you're already showing a teaser trailer, that means you're already basically done with. You're already in the main stages of editing.
Right. Yeah, so
So
the show wrapped filming in, I believe, March, principal photography, and then some reshoots in April.
yeah,
So, like, a massively quick turnaround there, obviously.
yeah,
Um,
and some people were saying some of the shots looked unfinished. So like the one with the Salacious B. Crumb species, space
right.
monkey. A lot of people were saying that it didn't look 100% right. So there could be that. But I'm also
But,
just saying if they're releasing a whole teaser trailer with voiceover and all that, I mean,
but damn, it looked really good.
it did. Like,
Even though it
like
was leaked, dude, it looks like the quality keeps getting better and better with the volume. Obviously, we'll talk about Thor: Love and Thunder, and that has a movie budget, obviously, but that's the volume as well, and that
true.
looks fantastic. But with the TV show budget and the volume, wow! Some of the shots, like the shots on Navarro, like Grief Cogger's look, Doctor
Yeah.
Pershing, um, and I want to ask, we've talked about we've exhausted conversation about Mandalorian season 3 since Mando season 2 ended in December of 2020, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna be 2+ years, man. We've been waiting, and it's kind of good though, because we've kind
Yeah.
of hit the reset button, and it's a new story here, almost like a continuation of Mando and Grogu, but now it's more focused on Din. We've already formed that connection. Now he's got to become the ruler of Mandalore. And I love the green logo. I mess with that.
I'm weird. Weird but true. Weird but true. Let's see. Season 1 was the like
Yellow.
sandy color. Season 2 was the like bluish purple sky color.
I
Then we
liked
get
it.
green. We again weird but good.
Weird
Um,
but good.
I
And
I do have a question for you.
go ahead.
Do you want the Mandalorian to get a fourth season?
Nope. I want this to be the end. I want Din to still be in the Mandoverse, but what story is there to tell after him sitting on the throne? What's there left to kind of tell? What's intriguing about?
You gotta think, man. From this point in the timeline, there's 25 years until The Force Awakens.
Right,
There's
you can
25 years
obviously still tell
story.
stories with Dan, um, but it would have to be in
Mm,
uh a new way of doing it because like obviously this season, I mean, it's basically said in the trailer, he's trying to make up for his transgressions, right?
which, by the way, I hope that does not go more than 2 episodes.
Well, it's definitely
It's going to
it's
go
gonna be
past
one of
2.
the issues that they
Yeah,
address, right? Because it's obviously gonna be the issue of uh Bo-Katan because that lady is a power trip always.
yeah,
Has to be sit on the throne.
has to.
And the armor too. I'm very curious. Does the armor and Bo-Katan team up?
Maybe.
Because they're
Um,
both pretty pissed at Din.
a member of the Watch and a member of the Death Watch teaming up. They'll never see it coming.
Ah, I understood that reference. And
Yeah.
Bo-Katan has that really weird line to Grogu with like, "Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?" I was like, "What?" It was very odd. It was like, is she trying to kill Grogu?
I know. Grogu force choked the fuck out of that girl. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. I don't care. Honestly, man, it's weird. And I don't know, maybe it's because I only saw the leak trailer. I'm getting impressions Bo-Katan might hit the dust. I think we're gonna see the end of Bo-Katan.
No, because I definitely think she comes back to her senses.
No,
A, a very Bo-Katan thing's gonna happen.
I just think, for me personally, I think a better story to be would be Bo-Katan died wanting the throne, and she died being second fiddle to her sister.
Because that would work. That would work for me. But also like I would get sorry, I have text going off. I don't know why this sorry. But
Yeah, you're fine. I got stuff going on too. You're good. You're good.
I don't understand why they would kill her. I understand why you say that, but I don't understand why they would do it. I don't think they're going to. I think it's very much a Bo-Katan's nature for her to be on a power trip and then for her to be like, "Oh, I'm going to come to my senses now."
Um, I would say, um, maybe something to put.
Plus Din needs a mentor and she would mentor him.
No, 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 no. I don't think Bo-Katan would mentor that guy. You know what she would mentor him to do? Give her the dark saber. Hey, you want to see a really neat trick? I need you to pull the dark saber off your belt, right? I want you to hold the very end of it from like the very top to the very bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna put my hand right here. Yoink! Now I'm the leader of Mandalore.
Right.
That's the scene that I want to go down.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about a fourth season. Um,
No, I kind of want this. I mean, like you got to think about it though. Uh, there's like in the first season, there's what like 3 hours of content, 3 plus hours. The second season, 3 plus hours, and then the third season, please, 3 plus hours. That's basically like 10 hours of content. That's basically like
a
four
trilogy.
movies, four or
Yeah.
five movies. It's longer than a trilogy. Uh, so like, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of you told the story of a lone gun warrior Mandalorian becoming the ruler of Mandalore. That's the story. That's the arc to me.
Yeah.
That's it. He's
Uh,
arced out at that point. It's kind of like Boba. Like Boba's point is becoming uh the bounty hunter, becoming the crime boss. Arced
yeah.
out after 4 episodes, as we saw.
I
So
will say, um, something that like I could potentially hope for is that Taika's movie that is coming out before Rogue Squadron and has a I think is either planned release for late 2023. Maybe that's the Mandoverse movie, hopefully. Which I don't think it is, but I'm hopeful.
I
One can
doubt it.
hope. One can hope.
But to get back to the Mando 3 thing, we didn't touch on the fact that Persian is heavily featured in this trailer.
Weirdly, I
Uh,
know. He wasn't very heavily featured in season 2,
right. Until the
but
very end. But the only
yeah,
reason they needed him was to get to Gideon.
yeah,
So it makes me think that there's definitely something going on with the
yeah,
cloning. So there's definitely gonna be little something with Grogu. So it's definitely not gonna be like you said, where, it's like Din trying to atone for his sins for a whole season.
yeah,
Uh, so I assume maybe the season begins with that, him
yeah,
trying to figure it out, and then there's like an aside where we do some Grogu stuff, and then we go to Mandalore. That's how I assume it goes.
yeah. Sorry, I'm
Uh, but I'm
dying right
really
now.
I think just on paper and in premise itself, I think it's got easily the potential to be the coolest thing we've seen, not just in the Mandalorian. I mean, it's gonna be super difficult to top what they've done the first 2 seasons, but
Yeah,
they've done the story so well to this point that they could very well easily top it, because now you get to basically have fun. You get to have a shit ton of Mandalorians. Um, you get to figure out what's going on with Persian and all that, and we also see Pelimoto talking to the I don't know the gentleman's name, but he's the Asian pilot, New Republic pilot. So that whole dynamic. There's a lot of stuff to juggle in this season. So and then we obviously see Mando looks like in a space fight with
bounty
other Mandalorians,
hunters, or yeah, something.
I would assume. So it looks like I really think basically though Bo-Katan and Din are gonna be on opposing sides. It's gonna be a civil
Civil
war,
War, Civil War. Yes, sir. I'm
and Din's gonna
hopeful.
win because Din's better. Din's just the better Mandalorian.
Better Mandalorian, better character.
Plus, he doesn't know what's happening half the time, and it's gonna win.
Exactly. He's just like, we fought. I thought we were just having fun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
oh, I'm the ruler now. Cool. Let me roll.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the Mandalorian. So what else is there? So we got Skeleton Crew, Mando.
Big thing. I know this isn't on your realm. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
So
I don't. Did you watch
very
the trailer?
interested. I did. The description came out. It said like 5 years after Fallen Order itself. And what's weird
No,
is you don't see any of the crew
no.
that
You
he's
only
with.
see Cal
We see a person in a
back.
cloning back to tank.
Maybe. I had a group of friends who were telling me that they think maybe they're trying to clone Cal, but why? I don't know.
But it looks like there's a girl in there.
I know it's. I don't know. But hey, Omega. I would say this. Um, I'm a little jarred with some of the trailer. And one of those things that I'm very jarred about is a certain pasty white boy's in this too. The Grand Inquisitor is the Wong of Star Wars. He's everywhere.
I hate to tell you, it's actually not.
It's Darth
It's
Vader, but
it's confirmed to be an Utapawan senator.
no. There's no way that's just any Utapawan senator. I'm pulling up the trailer. Those are
I'm pretty
definitely.
sure I read something. I could I could be lying to you, but I'm pretty sure I read something that says that's just a Utapau senator.
I would be
Uh,
very shocked if that's just a random Utapau soldier. Hold on. You gotta pause my music really fast. Now I have to listen to
okay.
it.
It's a Powan character is an Imperial Senator, and this is confirmed via Star Wars.
Hold on.
I mean, it's literally confirmed from Star Wars, so I would hope it's not the Grand Inquisitor.
But why? Why pick this species? You know who's gonna be associated with it.
The description is an Imperial Senator makes a. What is Cal doing? This is very odd. After that game ended, like it feels much darker, and it feels. I know it's weird. It feels Force Unleashed ish.
Yeah, I mean his look is. I like his look in this, by the way, a lot more.
Yes.
I love the scruffle. I love. He just looks older. We still got
Well,
BD
he's
one
also
with the crew.
technically older here, so
Yeah, 5 years older, which puts this around. Guess what?
Kenobi.
Kenobi. Kenobi. Cal's gonna be in Kenobi. I'm joking. Don't take my word on that.
He's wrong, guys. Sorry.
I'm just saying, like, who is this hooded figure? If you go to the trailer, like, who is this guy? And why does Cal look like he's doing a Kyle Katarn cosplay? Like,
Cal's lightsaber falls into. Yeah. Bro, I thought for a second I heard Maul's voice. Like, what?
it's what it feels like. Tell me, Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like the crew's gonna be MIA in this. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know where Grease and Sear are.
Now
Or
again,
I have
I
no
don't
idea
really
where
have much of a
they're.
connection with these characters because like I really didn't play the game.
I
Um,
love them. I beat the game 5 times.
so yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. I just
Sorry. I
I
ordered
don't.
groceries, and this son of a bitch has been at the place for 20 minutes just waiting for my stuff to come out.
I don't know. It feels very weird. It just feels Force Unleashed-ish. I don't know what's going on with this cloning thing. Um,
I don't know either. It's like it looks like it's a woman, but I don't know.
and
Um,
also another interesting thing is like the fact that like at the end of Fallen Order, Cal's like, we gotta find. Well, he smashes the thing with all the Jedi, right? That all the listed Force sensitives, correct? That holocron.
mhm.
I always thought that his journey was gonna be to start his own thing, own Jedi Order thing, but obviously that's not it. I don't know. It feels very weird though. I like the direction they're taking though. It feels darker, feels seedier. Something weird's going on, and I kind of like it.
Yeah,
Definitely feels more like Cal's more in the underworld now, very much so, right? So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of.
I thought it was the Grand Inquisitor too until I read that.
It's just to me, I'm just like, but why?
Why would you make
Why?
it like that? Because everyone's gonna associate him with the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, it's just like when you like if you see a Togruta, who are you gonna associate that to?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. If you see a Twi'lek, I'm gonna associate that with Aayla Secura. And so
Right.
it's just like, or if you see people, or if you saw a Mandalorian silhouette, you're gonna associate that either with the Mandalorian or Boba Fett.
Probably did.
And so it's just like, Like I hope there's deliberate thing. I wonder why they picked an Imperial Senator as a bad guy for this. I wonder who the antagonist is gonna be because Vader is after Cal. So
I thought Vader was in the tank. I thought Vader was just gonna be sent after him.
that's what I thought. Because my thing is this: is there's no way Vader gets on your trail and then you just don't hear from the Ghost Crew.
Well, but that was kind of different though. Vader was more after Ahsoka. He didn't. I
Yeah,
mean, look what he did to Ezra in literally like 2 seconds. I don't care.
yeah,
Like, I know Ezra takes a big power jump in season 3, but my boy Vader is wiping Ezra, even season 3 and 4 Ezra in like a minute. I don't care if
yeah,
he's got damn Purgle with him. Uh, my dude is wiping him.
yeah. Also, now that I remember it, Kenobi had a Purgle reference.
True.
I forgot. Now that you mentioned them. Um, we're yawning a lot, and we still have a lot to talk about. I
Correct.
I'm yawning because I have not had anything basically to eat or drink all day. So I'm waiting for my groceries to get here because I'm starving right now.
I got up at 3 o'clock to watch him. So sorry.
I was up at 3, but I was like, no, I want to wait until I get something to eat to watch this. But yeah, odd choice of the species. I'm excited. It's incentivizing me to get my PS5 now more than rather than later. I mean, it already
Right,
was
because they're only
Spider-Man
selling it
2,
on next gen, correct?
next gen and PC. Yeah. So I'm next year is going to be a big time for Star Wars, not only on the streaming side, potentially the movie side, but Marvel also, but for the gaming side. I think Spider-Man 2 comes out next year for the PS5. Um, I might be wrong about that, but um, no, it is 2023. Yeah, I am right. So it's a big time next year.
Yeah, a lot of Star Wars stuff. I thought, yeah, like you said, we thought 2022 was going to be big. 2023.
2023 is the big. This is just the beginning. Again we haven't even really talked about, but Taika's movie.
Yeah, so this was talked about by Kathleen Kennedy, and was in an interview. Wasn't even at Celebration. It was in an interview with Total Film, and she basically said like Taika's movie's in 2023, but she also said that nothing's been put in, even though Rogue Squadron's still listed as the 2023 movie. I don't think that movie's going to even happen now. She
No,
also made a comment saying that their stories are going to take place post sequel era. So Taika's story is going to be post sequel trilogy.
mm,
But also, I don't know how Taika's going to do this because Taika literally just got done with Love and Thunder, and I thought he had another project before this.
well, no, I don't think he does. I don't know. He might, but even then, I mean, you got to think he has till December of 2023. So, I mean,
Right.
realistically, he has until what? Probably like April or May of 2023. So, he's got
Yeah,
time.
but it's really weird. Like, there's been no casting. There's been
No, no.
nothing. Is he even
Um,
done with the script?
who knows? That man better
He's
get
gotta
something
be,
done.
or close.
I mean, if that movie's coming out next year, he better be.
Right, right. I mean, late next year would make sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, like
Um,
she was saying, but it's like
it's weird.
I don't want him to rush it because I feel like he's just so talented. I worry about that if they rush that because he's so special and so talented. Obviously, with Ragnarok and well, the little we've seen from Love and Thunder, how good that looks, and the
Yeah.
stuff he's done with the Mandalorian. I'm slightly worried that they're gonna rush him, and who knows about Patty Jenkins? Because I am, somewhat excited for Rogue Squadron.
Patty Jenkins
Uh,
just cannot get a good relationship with Disney.
yeah,
Bad when she was the original director for Thor: The Dark World, didn't get along with Disney when it came to the writing process.
no,
And then here's this stuff with the Rogue Squadron. Can't get along with Lucasfilm with the writing.
right. So I I don't know. We'll see. Um,
Yeah,
but I don't think that film's gonna happen just in general. So
yeah,
I don't know. Taika's movie in 2023. Don't get me wrong. Super excited. I think
yeah.
Taika is super talented. I hope he uses the volume. I
Hmm.
obviously know he's gonna enlist the help of guys like John and Dave, and Taika's just hilarious. So like, he's
Yeah,
gonna work. Um, and I'm really excited for that. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, but that's really all we've got. Bad Batch season 2. I'm sure we'll get an official announcement date
Yeah,
and probably a teaser.
yeah. Probably at the Bad Batch panel.
And hopefully we get something about Taika's movie Sunday. But it was really, really weird at the studio showcase that they showed more for Indiana Jones and
Willow.
Willow than
Yeah,
they did a Star Wars film, especially since we're supposedly a year or so out from a Star
yeah.
Wars. Very odd, very odd. And I'm excited about all the stuff on streaming, but nothing beats a special Star Wars film, especially the annual December release that's
I'm gonna say, by the way, and like,
become so ingrained.
yes,